Hello and welcome to another LEGO tutorial. In this video I'll be going over how to switch between characters. So you can see when I click these buttons it instantly switches between the characters. Now it's not a different blueprint, it's still the same actor blueprint, but I'll show you how to do it so we can switch between the different looks. So the first thing we want to do is open up the blueprint character, and we want to find some space down here. Right click, click G key, and then keyboard events G, drag off of pressed, and then we want to get a flip-flop. We'll click that, and on A we want to create widget, and then on false I want to drag out of that and then do remove from parent, and then I'll click to detach that, and then off of here I want to add to viewport. And with this setup I'm going to go to level 1 content, and then the widgets, so UI, and then I'm going to right click, scroll down, user interface, widget blueprint, user widget. I'm going to call this WG character, and then I'll open that up, and I want to first get a canvas panel, drop that in, then I want to get an image, drop that in as well, and then come up here to anchors, make it the full size, and then zero out everything on here. Go to color and opacity and click that, and then I'm going to make it a darker color and then turn the opacity down. So then after that I'm going to type in button and get 2 buttons, and then I'm also going to get some text and then drag that in, and I'm just going to delete this because I'll just copy and paste this, and then size content, and then I'll change this to character 1, and then select these and then click on the canvas panel and Control V. So we'll just copy and paste these, and then I'll change the 1 to a 2. Alright, so I scaled these up just to make them easier, and then on each of these buttons I'm going to just call this button 1 and then button 2. You can call them character 1 and 2. I'm just going to do button, and then I'm going to select the button and do on-clicked, go back to design, click on the second one, and then on-clicked. And then we can delete these ones, and on event construct I want to cast to the BP character 01, and the object class I want to get player character, and then drag off that, promote to variable, and make sure it's plugged in. So after we do that, on button 1 I want to get the player character, and then I want to set skeletal mesh, and then I'll plug that in. So we're just going to be setting the skeletal mesh, and then instead of being this we can set it to be something else. So I'll go to character 01, get the skeletal mesh, I'll just copy and paste that, so now we have character 2, and then I can come in here and then change these around. Alright, so now that I changed the materials out of that, I'm going to go out, and you can also click on the character and right click, and then go to asset actions, export, and then you can export it. I'm going to put it in my downloads, it's character 02, and then we want to get rid of collision and level of detail, so just like this, export, and then you want to import as FPX in Blender, and go to my downloads, there's the character FPX, so you can see it's right there. If I just click on the character I can tab into edit mode, and then L select, and I can just delete the hair. So now if I select everything, and then we want to export, and I'll do the Lego TV5, which is the armature mesh. I'll change the scale to 1 actually, and then geometry, smoothing face, and then all of this stuff like that. And you want to select the character 02, and then export, and then we'll want to right click on this and re-import. It might ask you to re-import with a new file, so then you just select the character 2 and then do it just like that. So now you can see that he's exactly the same, he just doesn't have any hair. So now I can click on the character 01 and then click the arrow, because button 1 will change it to character 1, and then I'll copy and paste this, drag it down, and drag in the target to the mesh, and instead of character 01, I want character 02. So I'll click that, and then click the arrow, so now it's character 02. Next, we want to go back to the character 01, and in the class, I want to do character, widget character, so now I can compile again. And then also, we want to show the mouse cursor, so I'm going to get the player controller, and then off of that, I want to show mouse cursor, or we want to set the mouse cursor. So then when we create it, we want to tick that and then copy and paste, and then we want to untick that and plug it in here because we want the mouse to disappear after we remove the widget. We also want to set game mode to game mode and UI with the player controller in there, and then off of here we want to set the game mode to game mode only. So we'll just plug that in there as well. I'll just plug that in a different one. So now that we have that set up, come down here and save selected. Alright, and then once we hit play, we can hit G, and then if I click character 2, now it goes to character 2. So I can switch back and forth between these, and if I click G, I'm back out of it, and I'm as a different character. Now I know it's not as a different blueprint, and I did try to set that up. I spent several hours working on it, I just couldn't get it to work, but this was the closest I could get to kind of having a character switching. Alright, so that's all for today's video of switching between different characters. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.